Okay, that's fine. Stopped. All right. Let's go through that. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I think it's obviously my hands and stuff that are in the way. So, underlying energy, we have the Queen of Swords. Some of you may be dealing with an air sign, like I said, which would be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. I have no idea what I was saying before, but yeah, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Usually, I'll be honest, when I see the underlying energy, it's usually the energy of the person that I'm reading for. Or someone who plays a central part in their story right now. So the Queen of Swords, what is she like? She is someone who, she's gone through a lot. She's gone through a lot of difficult situations. And what she's done is turned all of that experience into knowledge. She's very knowledgeable. She's very intelligent. She's very articulate. She's able to articulate those ideas very clearly. She is all about her own truth. She knows who she is, and she wants you to bring the truth to her. So it may be that some of you, that's what you're all about now. It's like you know your truth. You know where you stand. This is a very clear-headed energy, very clear-headed. It's like, I don't want anything more than this. Some of you may be looking for the truth. Looking for the truth. Let's have a look what she's doing with her hand here. Because usually what the Queen of Swords does is she calls someone forward with one hand and she has the sword in the other. And not so much in this card, but that sword is there. It's a sword of truth. And she's not afraid to use it if you bring lies to her. So it's kind of, this is like a warning sign, I guess, when it comes up, when it's like, I want the truth, you better give me the truth, or, I'm not messing around this time. If it's not you guys, then it feels like in February, this is someone that you're dealing with. Someone who's all about that. Someone might be asking you for the truth, Taurus. Someone might be asking you to say, like, where do you stand on this? What's going on here? Now, for some of you, this might be to do with a long-term relationship, or, someone who wants a long-term relationship with you, someone who's looking for that commitment, either you or the other person. We have the Ten of Pentacles here coming up at the heart of the reading. It is Pentacles, so this could also be, yes, to do with work, if family matters even. It is the card of legacy. It's that which we build, that which we leave behind, that which is, it's the work of our lifetime. So usually for me, this is something long-term, something that we put a lot of effort into, a lot of work into. So let's have a look at this. So this might be, if we're looking at work, because it is Pentacles, right? You are now clear on the kind of work that you want to do. This is your career. This is what you want to get into, a job that you're looking at, and you want to be there for a while. If you've been temping, or been doing little jobs, or you've been somewhere, it's like, no, this is not my career. I want to do this. This is what I want to do, and you're clear on that. You're clear on that. For others of you, you might be the advisor who's advising you on this. Now, for others of you, if it's a relationship, as I was saying, this could. I'm getting that sense of ultimatum here out of these two, and I don't know what it is. That's the energy that's coming off it. Like somebody's like, look, are you in or are you out? That that's what you want to know. That are you in or are you out? Are we in doing this for the long haul? And Taurus, when Taurus commits, you guys do usually commit for the long haul, but so it can take you a while to get there though. So maybe you're becoming clear on what your long-term goals are, what your long-term plans are. This can also be the end of something. So this can be, the Ten of Pentacles can refer to so much. We'll have to see how it plays out in the rest of the reading, because it is at the heart. So it's kind of central to everything that's going on here right now. This is inheritances, legacies, those kinds of things that come in. So some of you may be planning on what to do with this. Maybe you've had something come in that way and you're trying to figure out now what you do with it. She's very good at making decisions. So when the Queen of Swords comes up and the King of Swords, that's a time when maybe they come up because you need to be making decisions about something, and that's why you need that energy. Now, some of you may be dealing with an Aquarius because you have the card for Aquarius coming up here, but it is a past energy. So we have the Star coming up as the past energy, and I feel like Taurus, you guys have gotten something like this before. The Star, it's a beautiful card. It's a very spiritual card. It's a card of healing. So it feels like you guys have gone through this great healing. You've gone through this time of needing to kind of rebuild your life in some ways. I say that because the Star shows up after the Tower in the tarot. And The Tower is when our whole life has collapsed around us. Piece by piece, everything's just fallen down. And, it reveals, it does that because there's not a firm foundation. And it clears the path for us to be able to build something new, to rebuild something. And the star comes in to show us that, there's hope here. There is hope here. The dream's still alive. You can still go for that star. But, each card, no matter how positive it is, or, how beautiful or spiritual the energy may be, every card has a lighter and darker side. That's the spectrum of it. That's how energy works, right? Energy can be used for what we perceive as good or bad. Like, I don't believe in polarities, but that's how we as humans perceive things. And so when this comes up as in the foundation, what that says to me sometimes is that, this can be when we've gone on hope for so long. That's all that sustained us. We've gone on hope. We've just been hopeful. We'll be sticking in there. We've been trying to be positive. We're like, no, this is going to happen. Like, there's no proof for it. There's nothing. All we have is that star guiding us, which is the dream, which is, it's up there. And even then, the star's so far away, and it feels like, sometimes you feel like, I don't think I'm ever going to reach that star. I don't think I'm ever going to get there. So this may be a relationship goal that you have, love life goal. Some of you maybe have felt this about your love life. I'm never going to find someone. Maybe you do. That's who this person is. This could be like for that dream job or that career or finishing your studies or whatever it is. You've had hope. You've kept going. You've gone through healing. You've done all this. And yeah, you've had your doubts, but you've kind of plugged away. It feels like in February something becomes concrete here. Because this is Pentacles energy. This is Earth energy. This is solid. This is tangible. This is where the proof is in the pudding, right? You see it now. It's in front of you. You don't have to go on hope. And that's why you're having to decide now what you're going to do with this. This energy continues because we have this card and a lot of air energy. This is the card for Libra. So we have the card for Aquarius and we have the card for Libra now. And what this is kind of saying is coming up in your present. This is where justice is restored. You get justice for something. The scales are balanced. This card is all about fairness, compromise, balance. And people don't like the word compromise, but compromise in that justice in this card, she isn't. Does she have her eyes closed? Well, no, she doesn't, but it could be. Justice is usually blindfolded because justice is blind. And it's karmic justice. The scales are balanced here. So, there could be something coming in. If you guys have been waiting on something, if that's what the hope's been for, with the star card, now justice comes in. This could be for some of you to do with a payout, because this is the Ten of Pentacles here. A payout that comes in. And, yeah, because then it talks about where you're going to invest that afterwards. But, that's a very few of you. Because I always see the King and Queen of Swords having to do with, like, legal matters as well. They can be lawyers, they can be advisors, they can be consultants. So some of you Taurus people may have been dealing with something like that. And it feels like in February, that's where justice comes in. There is justice. And not even that. If you've been up and down, if you've been all over the place, this is where now things start to stabilize. And that's important to an earth sign like you, that you have that kind of stability. You can kind of catch your breath. You can kind of see. The good thing about the justice card is that even if justice doesn't play out exactly as we expect it to, it's over, right? It's done. The scales are balanced. We can now move on and do something else. But yeah, there is justice. Now, sometimes when this card shows up, this can be an apology. This can be someone who returns from the past. And, it could be someone like you've had that candle lit for. You've been waiting for this person. And I'm not saying someone coming back from the past. Let's be clear. I don't like that. I don't like turning it into that. That's always a possibility for anyone. People get back together all the time. People meet new people all the time. So it's not that. Doesn't have to be romantic, right? It could be a sibling that you've had an argument with, someone in the family, a friend, someone that maybe something awful happened and you were, you've had that candle lit for them. You've been having hope. You've been healing after that energy. And if you're reconnecting with that person, it looks like it's for the long haul because you have the Ten of Pentacles coming up here in the middle. But it all depends on is what that justice is. If someone comes to you with an apology, even if you don't want to know them, even if you don't want to get back with them, take the apology for what it is, close the door for yourself and, get the closure that you need. Because that's the Queen of Swords. She learns from her experiences. She turns it into knowledge and she uses it to her advantage. In the decisions and the choices that she makes. But like I said, The connection, I think, is to do with her. Like, whatever it is, either you're going to have to be the Queen of Swords, who determines. I think these two are two women with swords here. Both of them have the sword of truth. What is truth? What is right? Because even justice is done through the truth. So you may have to determine if someone's telling you the truth or not. Probably think it will be, and maybe you're the one that's being asked to, like, kind of give judgment, or, you know, dole out some kind of justice against someone, or vice versa. You know, it's a general reading that energies can play out both ways. Now, if it is that settlement, the payment thing that I was looking for, it can be anything, like from a small amount of money to a large amount of money. And you'll know if this is your situation, you're dealing with this. It kind of feels now with the Seven of Pentacles, all right, two things. First of all, if you're banking on a 10, and you might get 7. So you may get less than you want, right? That's the first thing. That's just very simple maths, right? So if you want a 10, you might get a 7. But the other thing is, this can be, the 7 can be about, where am I putting my efforts? And this is coming up in the future for you. So maybe, like, whatever the situation is here, it feels like it's played out. This is balancing the karmic scales. This is a relationship. The karma has been done there. Now it's, where do I put my efforts? Because the Seven of Pentacles is something that we put our efforts into. And this is a card about patience. It's about having patience to get the rewards that we want. Now, you guys can do that. That's something that you guys could do all day and all night. You guys can be patient. You don't mind. You can plug away at it and you can let it come. So that's what I mean. When we read the cards, we also look at who we are reading for. Who we are reading for. And Seven of Pentacles for a Taurus is not going to be the same as Seven of Pentacles for an Aries. And Aries just got this, actually. So, you know, there is that. So now you don't mind. It's like, where do I put my efforts? So where am I going to get the greatest rewards? It's that kind of energy. I don't usually do like financial readings, but there's a very kind of financial vibe about this. Like, where do we invest? But it doesn't have to just be money, right? It can be energy. Where are we going to invest our energies? And I say that because we have the Ace of Wands coming up next, but I'll get to that in just a moment. I've been pulling clarifiers for the last few, so I'll pull one for you guys. Let's go. So we have the Seven of Pentacles, and I asked you, you know, why is the Seven of Pentacles here? Why is it that you're looking at, where do I put my efforts? What am I going to get back from this? This can sometimes be a very frustrating energy, but it's kind of slow energy. Like, you know, planting the seeds, watering the seeds, weeding the garden. The plants are going to take their time to grow. It's being that patient gardener. Can you wait? Is it worth it for you to wait for the fruits of your labor to come back to you? Now, why is this here? Why is that there? Because there's been a time of lack. Now, it doesn't just have to be money. Like I said, the Five of Pentacles is the poverty card. And remember, these are clarifiers. They're clarifying what this situation is about. They're not, it's not saying that you're going to have that Five of Pentacles energy, not after you've already got the 10 and the 7. So there's been a time of lack for you, a time of poverty. Now, that doesn't have to be financially. Some of you it can be, but it can also be when you've not had, it's emotional poverty. You know, you've been left out in the cold. This can be a rejection. You might have been rejected for a job. You might have been rejected by someone in a relationship. For some of you, that may just be the case, that, you know, that's what this apology is about. Someone didn't treat you very well, Taurus. Because we have the Queen of Cups coming up here. So the Queen of Cups may be a water sign, which would be Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio. But she comes with a loving, nurturing, caring heart. She is someone who, this may have been someone that you dealt with in the past, or, you know, this could be your energy. Now you're more loving. Like, you know, maybe you were more loving. That's why you've become like this now. You gave your heart to someone and they rejected it. But it's okay. Now you're going to think about where you put your efforts, what you're going to get back, where your rewards are going to be. We have the King of Pentacles coming up here. King of Pentacles is actually your card, Taurus. You know, it's an earth sign. The kings usually are the fixed signs. So the King of Pentacles is specifically Taurus, but we can say any earth sign. So it could be another earth sign, which would be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, right? So we have these two here. We have this combination of these two here. It just feels, like there's more solidity coming in. Like your things are becoming more solid. You're getting everything. You're getting what you want. But it's kind of like, that's always the case, right? No matter whatever we want, no matter what kind of a wish list we have. And this has happened to me several times in my life, where I've manifested everything on my manifestation list. And then it's like, okay, so what next? And that's what this feels like. It's like, what next? I think whatever it is that you've been doing, I mean, we don't have the world and we don't have that, but there is some sense of balance returning, which is now enabling you to move forward. For some of you, it's going to be to do with a relationship. And this doesn't have to be someone that you broke up with or an ex. It can just be in your relationship, in your existing relationship. You've not seen eye to eye. Someone turned cold. Maybe they were really loving before and then they rejected you and now they've been cold, or that's what happened to you. Because you were rejected, you became kind of cold, more logical. You've been trying to deal with other stuff, trying to build your stability in some way. But you're back here with the King of Pentacles. What does that allow you to do? Well, the advice card or the crowning energy is the Ace of Wands. Now you can start something new. This is a new project. It can be a new project, a new creative project, new venture at work, but it can also be a relationship. This can be second chances in a relationship. This can be where that fire is, it lights up again, that spark's there again. It's excitement, it's enthusiasm, it's passion for whatever you want to do. It's that eureka moment, that idea that we get, that we know we're ready to go. We have so much excitement, we have so much enthusiasm to go forward. There's a very practical energy here, like logically trying to figure out what to do. Where's the stability in this? It's all powered by this hope. And you know, like, heaven bless you guys, because it feels like there's been this kind of thing of hanging in there. And you might have had people saying to you that you're crazy. Why are you still hoping for this? Why can you not let go of this? And you're like, your hope or your faith has sustained you in whatever the situation is. And you get this, and this may just apply to me getting that sense in all these readings that the messages seem so specific that I don't know. I've got a feeling this time that they may not resonate with as many people. That's just how the energies have been recently, that, you know, it feels like I'm kind of honing in on a very specific message. And it's been that way in personal readings as too. There's some great clarity that's been coming through on very specific areas. So it may be that that's what's happening in the generals. But yeah, there's this sense that now that passion's back. Now you can live a little, like let that fire out a little bit, have that spark. There we go. And that's what I got that message for some of you anyway. We have here healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Now this is that forgiveness. This could be a family feud. I mean, obviously it says forgive your parents. It could be siblings, it could be anyone that we consider family. I'm an Aquarian. My friends are my family as well. So, you know, it's very much that kind of energy that there is some healing of a rift. This is a healing energy. Now, there's balance here. There's fairness. There's compromise. There's compassion. Here, this can be like that sense. I'm going to say this for some of you. This is like a divorce settlement. But I don't think this is like where the divorce is announced. Like, this is going to apply to you guys that have been going through this. She can be the divorcee as well sometimes. So if it's those of you that have been like had this kind of drama of this divorce going through, and it's that hope of, oh my God, when am I going to be free? That feels like it finalizes in February for some of you. For others of you, this is some kind of forgiveness, some kind of balance coming back in. And the main point of that, because remember my thing, never focus on other people, we focus on ourselves. It brings you back to a stable place. It brings you back to a more loving place. Let's see what we have from the Whispers of Love. There we go. Consider your foundation. You are being asked to look at how committed you are to love. And that might have been the case for some of you. You may have not been able to commit before. That's the commitment. That's what I was getting in the beginning. Someone could be giving someone an ultimatum. Maybe now you're ready to commit. You might have had something else going on, like some work stuff going on, or, you know, anything. Now you have that solid foundation. Now you can go forward, because before there was a lack, right? And Capricorn got something similar to this last time, I think. You know, when you're an earth energy, that's how earth energies are. You guys like to provide, you like to have stability and security in the things that you have. And it kind of feels like now you're coming back to that. Now you're coming back to, you've got a stable foundation. So now you can maybe offer your cup to someone else, right? You weren't in the position to be able to offer that before. Or the same for someone with you. You're now able to accept someone else's cup. It's amazingly strange. I'm going to say this because thinker, Queen of Swords, exchanging gifts, justice. These cards correlate with those energies. So thinker, it's a card to do with, thinker, and it's talking about being logical. Now, if it's a relationship, this is a relationship reading for you. Usually we don't get really logical, and even the book says that, you know, it's about that we don't usually get logical about love. It's about the heart and compassion and feelings. But here, this is the time that, you know, when it is time to look at what's there, time to really think about it. You don't have to get overly analytical, you know, that kind of analysis paralysis kind of thing. But it is about, you know, when you're looking at something, take whatever someone says to you, take them at their word. Take them. That's not to just say believe anyone, but don't make excuses for people. That's what Thinker says. You know, when we do that thing that I wonder if, and Taurus, you guys, like, sometimes you guys avoid conflict. You don't always go for it. Like, you know, I've always said this, one of the signs that when they lose their temper, it's really frightening. It's Taurus, because you guys never do, but it's because you guys let things fester. You keep it in. And this is kind of saying that don't do that. This time, if someone says it to you, don't make excuses for them. Just take them at their word, and that is the answer. That is the answer. Like, don't drive yourself crazy with that. She won't. She'll be like, is this the truth? If it's the truth, yeah, let's go for it. And you'll trust that you know what the truth is. Trust that you'll be able to discern that. And then exchanging gifts. This is about balance. It's about balance, and it's about give and take. Make sure you are getting what you give in a relationship, Taurus. Or if it's work, make sure you are being fairly compensated for the work that you do. And, you know, let's put these over here. This could be this. Like, you know, what are you spending so much time and effort? What is this worth it? Whatever you're putting all this effort into, make sure you're getting something back out of it. And yeah, you guys don't need to see the returns immediately, but you're not going to get left out in the cold again. You're not going to allow this to happen to you again. Not this time. You learned from it. Right, let's pull you guys a card. All right, let's see what we have for Taurus. And it says, dear you, it might be hard to believe you'll ever get to where you want to go. Feel the way you want to feel and find peace and security. But you can. There's lots to celebrate in this life, but first you need to let go of this attachment to achieving certain results. It is easy to get caught in the endless loop of wanting this or that so you can feel safe. The only way out is to surrender the attachment. Empty yourself so you can be filled with something new. The compulsion will be lifted and peace will come. Trust that something better waits, that something new will open up and you will see new opportunities for fulfillment. The truth is, whenever you get into the loop, what you are really looking for is spirit. That connection is where the power, the peace and the purpose lies. Everything else follows after that. Give yourself a hug. We've got you. Loving you so much. And I can kind of see that. I can kind of see that. Like I said, there's this kind of very kind of like figuring things out kind of energy coming here. And I feel that's whatever that, if it's a karmic situation, the scales get balanced here. Scales get balanced here. And there is a lighter energy. This is why I like this. There is a much lighter energy coming in here with this Ace of Wands. Oh gosh, that's more kind of playful, lighter. It's fire energy, right? So it's when we get that passion. And we can have a passion for life, right? Sometimes I get a lot of fire energy. I think I said this, I think it was in Aquarius's video, where fire energy can be like when people are talking about sports or physical activity. I do readings on just about everything. And people want those kinds of readings. That's when I get a lot of fire cards coming, because that's that physical activity that we do. And like that, cards are like, don't overthink things. That's the thing. Like, take the thing with Taurus, and this card it's not a bad card, and it sometimes tells us to think about things. And it's number 44. So some of you may, that, you know, I get a lot of messages when I pull this card, because it's the synchronicity of this number. It means something to some people, and it's 33 minutes past midnight as I'm reading this. For those of you that do like number synchronicities, but for you guys, specifically to this, it's like, don't overthink this. Don't make excuses for people. Simple. That's what the Queen of Swords is. She simply just wants the truth, and you can discern the truth and get back what you're giving. It's exchanging gifts. It's not just about you showering other people with gifts.